Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. My name is Joel Duggan and we are in Westhill on the Citadel Minecraft server today. We did the snapshot yesterday. It was a lot of fun. Found a really cool place to live with tons of copper around. So we'll be exploring that every Wednesday, I think, from now on. Maybe on Tuesdays. It depends on when the snapshots come out. They seem to be coming out pretty early on Tuesdays. So if we can weasel it in, we might start off the week that way, which will pair nicely with talking about the snapshots on Monday's show on the spawn chunks. So Tuesday or Wednesday, there's going to be snapshot streams, but then I'm going to be flipping back over here to the Citadel because we are very, very close to finishing Westhill. And today we're going to be working on the waterfall behind the bee farm. It might be the bane of our existence, but we will try to finish it today. Hopefully it'll go smoother this time around. I've got some other tricks up my sleeve I think might work. So it was frustrating last time with the water mechanics. So hopefully we'll get there. There's also some news on Patreon. If you have not seen over the last week or so, there's a new patron server. So if you're a Minecraft player and you want to support me here on Twitch or here on stream on YouTube, and you want to play on a Minecraft server with some friends, then check out patreon.com/JoelDuggan. The community Minecraft server level is 20% off for the next week. And it's a great way to jump in and play Minecraft with some friends. And you're at the very start of the server, so it doesn't even have a name yet. So you could potentially participate in naming the server, coming up with cool community ideas, different builds, get some new friends. It's a good time. And there's some really cool screenshots happening in the Discord as well for the people that are involved in that. So check it out, patreon.com/JoelDuggan. Speaking of people that are in the Discord, Blast Jordan and Moira, hello, hello. Hope you're doing well. It's Thursday? It's Thursday all day today. Hope you're having a good Thursday. Yesterday on the snapshot stream was fun. We found some cool places to live. That VOD is now up on Joel Duggan VODs on YouTube. You want to check that out? And right now, I need to grab some other things that I might find useful for the waterfall. I think we've got all the bushes out there that we need. I don't see bamboo being a thing. These might be useful, so we'll bring that out as well. I don't see any of the woods. We've got some gravel out there already. You know what? Let's bring that just in case. I don't think I need those. It could be fun to throw some ore in the waterfall. That could be kind of nice. I don't think we're gonna need clay. That should be it. And I don't think there's anything along here. Oh, you know what? It might be fun to place some rocks. Do I have any other? Let's just bring this out to the mini blocks storage and see what else I might have. Gappy the guy, hello, hello. How's it Thursday already? Yeah, no kidding. How's it like the 7th of August? Wild. Thanks for the lurk, Moira. Appreciate it. And thanks to anybody else that's lurking. I appreciate the views. I know that I stream during the workday for a lot of people. Okay, I need some rocks. Light gray. Do I not have stone mini blocks? Guess I could always make some. Aha. We may or may not use those, I don't know. Sham Shalabim, hello. Thanks, I appreciate it. I tried to have a pretty chill stream. Do you mind sharing where you're packing for? Vacation, trip? House move, 40 miles north. Wow. Well, that's not too far. Moving a house is a giant pain, though. How'd you find the stream? Blast Jordan. Speaking of August, why is August the richest month of the year? Because it's filled with gold wind. AU Gust. You're fired. Jeez. That's a stretch. That's a stretch. I'm not even laughing at the joke. I'm laughing at how bad it is. This is where we've come to, folks. This is the situation. Okay, let's put that there. And let's go take a look and see what we have to do. I think the best way to do this is going to be in stages. I need to get the water going exactly how I want first. It's not too bad, like it's not far off. I find this side a little bit thick. So I want to change that. I'm pretty happy with this side over here. But I think what I want to do is I'm going to start up at the top and remove some of that grass and replace it with coarse dirt. And then we're also going to replace some of this with coarse dirt. And I do have coarse dirt slabs, so we can take advantage of that. I'm going to try to keep it simple. All right, these take an absolute ton to make because they're really expensive now. Need to fix that. I also need more coarse dirt. I guess I should have brought my gravel, shouldn't I? Yep. Okay. There's always something. I forgot that I was low on coarse dirt. I've been down here before, but not really stayed. Okay, cool. Can't put a shulker box there. We are low on gravel too. Glad I brought out the packed mud. Just, I guess just wheat for that. Do I not have any actual wheat? I know I've got the hay bale there, but I kind of want to save that. I may have some over here. I mean, we have fields of it I can grab too. Nope. Okay. Basil Zulo, thanks for the lurk. I need... I thought I had more. I guess I don't. That's right. Easy fix. We'll just nab some from way over here and replant it. That should be enough. There we go. At least it's raining at night and I can just sleep it away. And don't want to use concrete because that'll turn into solid concrete. All right, that should be good. I'm going to take these off so I don't drive myself crazy. The trickiest part is usually just getting up there. All right, so what I want to do is get rid of these grass bits here. I like this little fork, but I feel like we need to drop it down a bit and control it better here. I feel like I need something in this space right there. So, figure out where that is. So, block down. Oops. Right, I need that to go up higher. Getting there. Oops. So I think the thing to do at first is just going to be replace what we've got with the coarse dirt. That really worked well on the other cliff. So anything visible. That's okay there. Now, did I want... Right, okay, so that starts to look pretty gross. I think I want the stone to stay there. I guess I should go get some stone, too. Roll right. No elytra. And that's why I don't play hardcore. Yeah, already it's starting to look a little bit better. Now down here, got this problem, and I need to get in here. Sort of carve this out. Do I want that to go straight down? Yes. That looks a little bit better, I think. Much better. Now this I think was too high. And this is where we can start to use some roots. A little bit more texture going on. I think this was also high. Yeah. I feel like the bush might want to come all the way down to the edge of the waterfall. I should grab an extra bed. It's hard to see when the sun is setting, but I think we're doing a good job. Maybe that needs to be a little bit lower. I'm debating on how much I like that andesite pillar in the middle. I think I prefer the coarse dirt look. Or we need to like muddy it up a little bit and have some of it be coarse dirt. Oop. Yeah, I think that tracks. I almost want to break that up with something green. Yeah. Maybe we could have the waterfall go underneath the bush. Yeah, that's pretty good. Again, I wish we could do more with putting things on top of bushes. It'd be very cool to be able to put like one of these bush plants right there. Now, if I put this down here, that looks okay. Should be able to... Did I bring andesite? No, I need some andesite. Once you get the water sculpted by using full blocks, you can usually remove the full block and replace it with a slab, and then you can see the water around the slab a little bit better, and so it looks a little bit more natural, which is cool. As the inventory gets full, we don't need that kicking around. I don't need the hoe either. I wish Minecraft had more things like bees. They add so much life to your builds, just that motion, things that you see out of the corner of your eye. Right, so because this is already shaped, I should be able to tweak this a little bit. So let's go with that. Now that's not waterlogged, so I need a bucket. Yeah. Now, is that going to work there? That's going to block it. So those situations are situations where you want to put a proper bucket of water there, and that's fine. Blast Jordan, thanks for the lurk, appreciate it. If I waterlog the slab, then the water will be above the slab. Cyber Ryzen, so I don't want that. Bucket. There we go. Yeah, I don't want water on the slab. Oh, that's weird. That's just the way that that's going to work, is it? Huh. I wonder if this one needs... Just odd. I don't know whether that's the shader pack or whether that's just vanilla Minecraft. This slab I will waterlog for sure, if it isn't already. Oh. That changed something that I don't like. Whoops. That looks okay. I think maybe this needs to be andesite. First time catching a stream and seeing the world. It looks so pretty. Thanks very much, Leafstorm. That's amazing. Appreciate it. Hold on. Little panorama. First time here. So if you've been listening to the Spawn Chunks, then this West Bank is what I've been posting screenshots of and talking about on the show for the last couple of weeks. And that's all done now. But this waterfall is like the last thing. And I knew it was going to take like a proper stream to finish it up. Very hard to work on with shaders in the sunset when the sun starts to go down, though, I have to say. Yeah, this is working. I think this could probably be a stair, though. I want to see more of that water beside it. Might even want to do a slab. Let's try a slab there. And then a stair here. Almost. I kind of wonder whether this could just be flat. Or we could see if we could remove that, put in a stair here, and then try to waterlog that stair, if it isn't already. Yeah. It's a bit better looking. Now we need to fix the backside of it there. Retro Shaggy, how's it going? Leafstorm, thank you. I mean, I will put a giant asterisk next to the fact that this is part of my job. And this is 4.5 years of streaming. I'd say half that time, 3 days a week, and the other half, 5 days a week. Although I have to say, like, not all of those days were Minecraft. Like sometimes I was doing 4 days on Satisfactory or something when I was bitten by the Satisfactory bug, which we will be returning to. I want to finish Westhill. I really want to check this off. So Pixelriffs asked me the other day on the Spawn Chunks, what was I planning to do when Westhill is finished? And I said, oh, there's a bunch of other Minecraft things I would like to do and some smaller projects on the server. I would also like to stream other games. I was disappointed. I was doing some research into Grounded 2. I was watching CoCarnage play, and he has a monster rig, and he's even seeing some performance issues, so I don't know that I can stream Grounded 2. I don't think my computer is up for it. Is anybody here, Larkin, playing Grounded 2, and what kind of system do you have? Let me know. Yeah, that's an odd... That bush is an odd shape, isn't it? What could we do there? I could try adding another bush, but it's going to change the shape of that. I do want to put something else down here. I feel like this could be not even coarse dirt, but probably like this rooted muddy mangrove roots. I also feel like those roots need to be waterlogged. I think that looks a little bit better. Could maybe even put one of these down there. Oh. Whoops. Yikes, hold on. What happened there? Still comes out over that block. I think maybe that needs to be waterlogged, that slab. This is the tricky stuff. I should really be working up higher. Oh, water mechanics. This is where you'll start to see me get frustrated when that kind of stuff starts to happen. Okay, so that does not look as good as I thought it was going to. Maybe we have to do it on this one. Oh, I did it again. I really wish that they would be consistent with what removes water and what doesn't. Oh, weird. I mean, I guess that's fine. I was hoping for a cooler look there, but I don't know if that's going to be possible. I'm also thinking you might want to go with some darker stuff down here. That looks a little bit better. This is going to be tricky. No, no. No. Oh. Why did... I guess because I updated it. I just ruined everything. Nice. Yay, Minecraft. So helpful. I don't have very many of these. I should collect them all. It does look a little bit better with that bush there, doesn't it? Maybe I can add in a fence gate. That would block the water in that space, though. Got an idea. Doing all right, says Retro Shaggy. Good to know. My day just started, so it hasn't had a chance to go off the rails yet. Fingers crossed. Of course, I don't have it out here. Leaf Storm, gotta go. No worries. Thanks so much for coming by. Did you leave a follow? You'll be back. Thanks so much. You have a lovely day too. Really looking forward to finishing up the basement of the keep. It's feeling, now that we've got everything else sorted, it feels so unfinished. See if this might balance out this bush shrub thing. Nope, not that way. It's the thing that really drives me nuts about the water is that it really messes with your aim. I wish we had better branches in Minecraft. It's gonna be really hard to see in the dark. That's not bad. We might be able to do more than one. I think that looks okay. You really have to stretch your imagination, but I think that looks all right. This is where the inventory gets very, very full. So I like the darker mix of mud and stuff in the background. wonder if along here, that looks like it's not coarse dirt. Oops. Because the water goes over it, it sort of works. It might not look as good exposed. No. If anything, this is maybe where we can put in a slightly lighter block or a slab. Not a slab. Let's go with a rooted dirt. Sure. That's good. So I think this section here is pretty close to done. I'd like to remove some of the grass bits up here. So in places like this, surprisingly, they often look better when it's just coarse dirt and then a green thing on top, although I just removed something there and I don't remember what that was. I think it was a bush. I have absolutely done this in the wrong order. I really should have focused all on the water. Got that all looking exactly how I wanted. And then come through and done the foliage after, but I got excited and got ahead of myself that first day, kind of roughing out the ideas. I guess I sort of, you know, it makes sense to try and get a rough idea about what you want. Yeah, that looks better. One of these I wanted to drop. I think it was this one. Yeah. Almost feels like it has to be bushes. That's a slab. That's a slab. Yeah, if I get rid of this one. Where is it? Right below me. And then put like roots and stuff in here. Again, it's hard to see. That's not too bad. You very quickly get into this spot where you're just constantly moving down. Now this is all behind everything. I hope this doesn't turn into a squid farm. I can't believe how good that lighting engine makes coarse dirt look. I think it looks pretty good even on its own. Thanks for saying hi, by the way. Cannibal Girl Scout? It's a clever username. How'd you find the stream? One optimistic squid, says Delara. Delara subscribing at tier 1 for 6 months in advance. That's 48 months. That is amazing. Thanks so much, Delara. Wow, 4 years. So I'm curious, is the 4 years at the end of the 6 months? So are you at 3.5 years now? Or is this now you are subscribed for 4 years and now you have pre-subbed for another 6? But thank you ever so much, Delara. Appreciate it. Cannibal Girl Scout. I'm a Spawn Chunks girly. Nice. Very cool. Glad that you have come over from the show. Depending on how long you've been here, we did a little panorama for someone that was their first time here earlier. I have a pretty clever username myself. I just use my name everywhere. That's from my art days where I just wanted to be easy to be found online. Easily found online. Oh, I am past my first break. We should take a little breather here. I'm just gonna pop in here. So folks, I take a break once an hour and it is about that time. We're doing pretty well. I think we've got a good chunk of this sorted, although there's still a lot of dirt over there. Really not sure how we're gonna handle that. But hopefully we'll get this right-hand side done and then we can like take the techniques we used on the right-hand side and move them over to the left. There's a lot of vines I need to get, so don't let me forget to grab vines on the way by when I come back. I'm just going to refresh my coffee, grab a short stretch. You should too. And we'll be back in about 5 or 6 minutes. Delara looked it up, and it is indeed 4 years today because they don't count 6 months in advance. That's amazing. Thank you ever so much. We're gonna have to sleep soon. It looks pretty good. So the real question is, do I want to keep all of this as andesite? Lesson learned, we should start from the top left and go from there. I don't need, I guess I should keep some grass blocks. Cool. Gappy the Guy, thanks for the lurk, appreciate it. And Nephion, thanks for the follow. Macaroni and Cheese, thanks for the follow. Sorry, I missed that earlier. Cyberizon, same. I'm just waiting to sleep. Yeah, I think there should be some more flying things like bees and birds in Minecraft would be pretty funny. Someone earlier suggested I use warm weather chickens, and put them in here as ducks. It's a good idea, except for they wouldn't stay in here. They would just wander and leave. There's no way to keep them in here without putting a giant fence around it, which I don't want to do. The cold weather chickens could work as ducks too. I guess they kind of have a frill, so maybe they look more like a chicken. It's funny, social media has now conditioned me. Whenever I say the word chicken on microphone, it reminds me of that clip from, I think it's Madagascar 2 maybe, with the king of the lemurs having an argument with somebody about chickens. Like it's a silly clip, but it's quite funny. But I've heard it a number of times and it just kind of pops in my brain whenever I say chicken. That's obviously a slab. So is that. This just feels very plain, so I think we're gonna have to get some vines. Because I think some of this might look a little bit better if it kind of cascaded down a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, the roots look good, but they do stand out. That's better. All right, this side. Let's get in here. probably just remove this one. I do like putting soul soil and soul sand under pine trees, I think, or spruce trees. It looks pretty good. This lower part will maybe go even darker. Is that darker? Sort of. So here, that might be a good spot to actually have some grass stuff going on. And over here, build this up a bit. How are we doing? Looks a little bit better. And we can maybe put, that's a slab. Maybe put some grass or something up here too. That needs to be waterlogged, and I believe we've got a pond at the top here I can just grab from. I feel like this is sort of growing on me. This andesite rock thing. I think it's just very, like, very plain. Thought I had messed up the waterfall again. Yeah, and then if we move this... Okay. Get the shape right first, and then I can go back in with some other textures at the bottom. Whoops. Probably the easiest way to do this is just to not rock the boat too much. This thing next to me, though. At least 2 blocks have got to come off. And this is where it gets tricky. Now, don't want that to change. And I can't see. I think that has to be lower. Yeah, that's better. It does sort of look like a column, which is strange. Yeah, we may have to mess with that waterfall part there. Hey Joel, found out about you through the Spawn Chunks. Sub to your Twitch, and here I am. I mean, you followed. Good to finally see you after hearing about the show. I am relieved you are still around even after Mojang got rid of you. Yeah. What do you think about the cold open this week on the podcast? That was Johnny's idea. And that reminds me, I need him to send me that video so I can make a clip. I guess I gotta just download it from YouTube as well. Blast Jordan, welcome back from the lurk. Yeah, so I think what's happening here is that there's just too much. This doesn't look like it has a reason to flow out. So I should be able to reduce that because there's no longer blocks underneath it. So I should be able to start here and start taking chunks of that off until I like where it is. Yeah, like I could probably do, I get rid of this bottom one here. Then I could do that again. Donaraff, Tier 1 subscription. Thanks very much, Donaraff. Very kind of you. Hope you're having better luck with the waterfall than earlier this week or last week. I think it was last week. But you're right. Yeah. Much better. We screwed up once, but we fixed it. And now we're just fixing this other side that I got really frustrated with. I like the bottom. Like I kind of like what I had going on. It needs a little bit of TLC at the bottom, but I'm trying to learn from my mistakes, and we're trying to work on the top first. Top down. Seems like the way to go. It's also very hard to figure out where you want to put the highlights and stuff. That could probably have some grass here. But then I don't think this needs to be stone. I see another spot for a fence gate, though. Let's go get those. Back to work, says Dunaraf. Thanks for the lurk. Thanks very much for the sub. Appreciate you coming by. In theory, I've not had time to listen to it, but I've a plan for it tomorrow. Cool. I'm assuming you're talking about the spawn chunks? That's great. Pro tip for people that are new to the Spawn Chunks podcast. If you listen to the latest episode, you will get the latest news, but we only do it once a week. So I say only, it's a lot of work for once a week. But if you're looking to archive dive and listen to the other episodes, do that in between shows. Listen to the new one, go back and listen to other ones if you want. I need to get some highlights on the website. We've got a couple of interviews over the years and some shows that we just thought were kind of fun. So I should put those in like playlists. I wonder if Johnny has got any playlists on the YouTube channel. I haven't looked. Does anybody know on the Spawn Chunks YouTube other playlists? I should look right now. Let's just switch. I really wish that I didn't have to choose the exact website every time I wanted to pop open Chrome on stream. Playlists. Video podcast episodes, Minecraft live coverage events, and the full episodes. Right, because these are different from the video starting at 300. We should have like a playlist for the interviews that we've done, because we've interviewed Grayan and Impulse has been on a couple times, Gemini Tay, Fwip, or guest spots. We had Slice Lime and Brendan. I can't remember his handle. What was I looking for? Fence gates. Where'd my mouse go? Hello? I can't see my mouse. That's weird. Oh. What's going on? Back. Okay, cool. OBS was stealing my mouse. Hardware is on the About page. I've got a Core i9, I want to say. I don't even remember. i7, sorry, 9700. With a GeForce GTX 1660, but all of my specs are on the About page under one of the hardware headings. It's not the best. Minecraft is about the only thing that I can play at a super high frame rate. Everything else I find I have trouble with. That looks pretty good. So we've got to do something about this weird dirt part in the side there. I think I need to take that down a bit. No! That's what I didn't want to do. Amazing. This is where I really wish the game had saves. Awesome. Not what I planned. Now, does that look like it did before? Maybe. I'm sure I've messed up some of the water that was there. Who was it? Donneraf that came in and said, "Hey Joel, how's it going? I hope the waterfall is treating you better than last time." Well, it was until just then. I really don't like water mechanics in this game. Thanks, Theory. Appreciate it. I do feel like I can do a pretty good job on most textures. Jinxed, maybe. Blame Donneraf, everyone. Just straight up blame Donneraf. That's what I'm going to do. Water so needs to be updated. It feels so old. Yeah, which is weird because, like, you think about it, I think because of how tied the aquatic update is to the start of the spawn chunks, I think, oh yeah, the water just got updated. That was 7 years ago. The spawn chunks has got a 7-year anniversary coming up. August 10th. coarse dirt, and I guess we'll put some vines in here as well. I'm guessing that probably had something on it. We lost a bunch of leaves, I think. I could probably get away with another bush here. I thought I had this sorted out. Maybe I faked it and we had something going here. I put a block here. Yeah, okay. All right, that's working out pretty well. I feel like this could be better. Oh, that's strange. How do I fix this? I think I've got to waterlog that slab, maybe? That looks a little strange, but it's not terrible. I feel like that needs to come down a bit. I've got nothing to put that up against. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, I do. Lesson learned, don't try to place blocks while you're in the waterfall. That's better. This could probably be a stair. And this, I guess, could be lower, hopefully. If I drop this as well. And then I just have to figure out the background there and how that's going to look. Don't know about all this cobblestone. If I put another block there, it's going to bump it up, I think. Some of that should probably be mossy cobble. What would new water mechanics even be like? Swimming with the mouse and keyboard is always weird. Yeah, for me it's about the way that water updates and the way that it kind of flows out over things. I think that it would be challenging. Like I think they've probably, I'm sure they've thought about it. Yeah, Pixor of Sun and Spawn Chunk says a lot that he finds it odd that rivers don't flow into lakes. You know, like the way that water flows is very strange. Like it takes a lot of work to get it to look like this. Like it's not as intuitive and easy as you'd think it would be. Do I even have shears on me? I might. I do. That's pretty good. Again, this cobble is not my favorite. That looks a little bit better. Drop this piece down a bit. Yeah, I think it would be neat to have wave animations. The trouble would be like, how do you get, because there's really no oceans in Minecraft, right? Like technically, they're all just giant lakes. So I guess like on a beach biome, having wave animation would be cool. But then how do you make sure that that animation doesn't happen on like a river, right? I guess you could tie it to the biome. Yeah, even if the mechanics don't change, but they had different animations for things. There is a mod that I had. Ultimately, it was causing too much lag, probably because it wasn't properly maintained, but it had like splashes when you jumped in the water, items when they hit water would make a splash, your boat would leave like a little trail behind it. It was really cool. Except for you can't see it. Like in first person, you just, unless you threw an item in the water, you couldn't really see it. So... Oh, tides I don't think would ever be a thing. I don't think that's not really a thing they're striving for. So that just became very even. I wonder if I can take that down farther. That block is always going to push that out. I could make this smaller. No, because that's a water source. Why is that a water source? See, like, I feel like they flow over... Oh, is that? That's not waterlogged. That's the problem. They flow over slabs very strangely. I think that's the biggest thing I think I run into when I'm doing stuff like this is that water flows over blocks that are not full blocks. Yeah, this isn't waterlogged. There we go. So now I should, sorry for all the jumping around, be able to do that. And it stays. Okay. That's better. It was just very, very triangle shaped. And I guess I could do the same thing here if I wanted to remove this. Make this a slab. Waterlog that. I might be able to get more of this rock showing up. Little things like not being able to pull a bucket of water from a block that has seagrass in it is also strange. Aha. There we go. That looks a little bit better. That's a little distracting. And I don't know if these are coarse dirt. I think that's pretty good. Don't know about this tough block here. Yeah, some stuff like that would add movement in life. So I have to say, like, this shader pack does a pretty good job of like having some lighter edges. Like it even though there's no real animation there, other than just like the normal kind of twinkle. Like I feel like they do a good job of making it look like it might be moving or lapping along the water's edge without having to really like animate everything. You kind of want to have that optical illusion, right? That's a slab. And then there's the whole pushing you down thing. I think a lot of my complaints are because like being in the water is very frustrating too. Unfortunately, tough and andesite have a really high contrast for me. Creates a very strange line that I don't like. So we can get a little bit more detail in the back here. Maybe with some cobblestone. Nope, just one was fine. Might be able to do that in other places. Oh, maybe not. Alright, I think I just need to fix this part in the side here. How do I get up there? Now there's a spot where I could put some tuff. If I can stay in the water long enough. Kind of meant to be a dark, shadowy place. Let's go get some more tuff. Do you like Reimagine because of its vanilla feel, or just don't favor or can't run shaders like Bliss or Photon? I've never tried Bliss or Photon. I don't like shaders that do like super realistic stuff. I think that Minecraft has a charm with it, and so I tend to want shaders that make my Minecraft world look like a Pixar cartoon, not like I'm walking in real life. That makes sense. Like I like square clouds and a pixelated sun, that kind of stuff. But I don't mind like sunbeams and things like that. I think like realistic lighting is good, but then when it starts to go into realistic textures, it starts to make things look strange. I've never tried Bliss or Photon. What's the whole premise behind those? Cannibal Girl, yeah, that's what Pix says on the spawn tricks all the time about like water flowing downhill or the topography of a map. Like these rivers don't flow like technically this would be a lake, so these rivers should be flowing this way, right? Like towards that lake, but they don't, right? Like these rivers just flow in circles. They don't ever actually go to what would be considered an ocean, right? I guess this one technically does. So some of them do, but I was looking for something over here. Tough. I don't think if there's anything that I'm not using very much of. Oh, I don't need 2 stacks of andesite. I'm not really using the stone, am I? Yeah, what shader am I using now? Complementary Reimagined 5.5.1. I don't know. I'm not even sure if that's the most recent one. But I prefer Reimagined to Unbound, I think, the last time I checked. 5.5.1 is the most recent for Iris. Yep. 3 months ago. What does, let me just, oh, again, I've got to change that. Does anybody know if there's a way to get OBS to just capture Chrome no matter what website you have up? Like, it seems to be specific to websites as opposed to just the program. What was the shader called? Bliss shaders. Huh. Yeah, that's a really, Under the Sea is cool. The desert is a little bit strange. Like, I want to be able to see what I'm doing. So Bliss, I mean, I try it, but I doubt it's for me. And what was the other one? Photon? Why am I not able to type? Photon shaders looks interesting. Again, like I would not, I mean, I can always not use the clouds, right? Modernth has got a new imaging system. I like it. Looks like maybe wet concrete. Yeah, I mean, that's really realistic. So I maybe play with it. This is kind of my thing. I kind of like that look. So obviously Photon's got the ability to like dial it back a bit. I always turn off wavy water. Like water with waves in it just doesn't feel very Minecrafty to me. Here's an example. Oh. This is an example of too realistic, I think. It works in context, I guess. I really like the shaders that they had going on the Minecraft Middle Earth server. Oh. I've got zombies. Hold on. You're stuck over there. Not paying attention to the time of day. Make sure there's no creepers around. Like, that's neat. I might change the shader pack I use when I go to do my sci-fi zone. That's cool too. See, this stuff underwater looks cool, but then like the ripples in the water I find is too much. I like what they're doing with vibrant visuals with the pixelated lighting. I think that really suits Minecraft. But right now, vibrant visuals is just too vibrant. It's going to change that. I'm going to change that, I think. I need to add some plants up there. I wonder if I can get away with a cobble piece in here. Yeah, that works. I think I'm going to put some greenery here maybe. Yeah. I think it might be time to get some grass. Oh, that's a slab. Okay. I never could get used to playing with shaders. I find them too distracting most of the time. I struggle seeing what I'm working on with shadows, fog, and reflections. Yeah, so I can absolutely see that. I mean, you've seen it today. Whenever the sun goes past the mountain or past the hill, it's kind of hard to work on the waterfall. So I really feel like my push to use shaders is because I've been playing other modern building games like Satisfactory, and like the lighting on Grounded 2 on Xbox is beautiful. And then I come into Minecraft with no shaders and I'm thinking like, this feels really dated. I wanted green stuff. Grass, ferns, bush, and bone meal. And I'm going to swap out the mossy cobble. We're almost there. That's going to need to be waterlogged. And I feel like we might want to have this drop down here a little bit too. That is probably holding water back, so I don't want to mess with this unless I can quickly put this in here. Need to go get some spruce logs to finish that up. I think that's pretty good. That still looks a little bit strange. Does that fix it? Sort of. There we go. So we might be able to get away with more bits up here. Anything too crazy? I think that's a full block now. that's a slab. That's a slab. And then the other pieces I wanted to put were down here. It helps hide that a little bit. I think I might have to bring this back. I had removed it and made it forest dirt, but I think it has to go back to soul soil. Not soul soil, soul sand. You might like super duo duper vanilla with wavy water turned off. I mean, there's just so many shaders out there. But thanks though. Really can't see. Need some more spruce. Those little things that make my eye twitch. I think that one's okay. While we're up here, let's just take a quick peek around. Anything else that needs fixing? There's not much we can do in there. I guess I could maybe put some darker blocks in there. Because I do like that effect down here. And can't really get away with it there. Here we could. Camera mod really helps. All right, let's go with soul soil and soul sand. I'm glad soul sand doesn't do anything weird with water because it's got a funny hitbox. kind of think I might want to do rooted dirt up here. Yeah. Yeah, I think that works. Oop. That doesn't look like coarse dirt that grass is on. We'll fix that. Moira, welcome back. All right, so let's focus on this from the places where we can see it. I think that looks pretty good. A little brown there. I guess I could drop that down a block. That might help. And that feels funny there, so we're going to bring that down a little bit. Yeah, okay, a couple small changes. So this big stick of brown, we can kind of reduce it a little bit by just getting that there. Putting this here instead. I won't get rid of it entirely, but it reduces it by a block. And then the waterfall on this side is too high. Sorry for all the up in your face jumping. So this right here comes out for no reason, and I want it to go down by at least one block. I'd say probably 2. And then it looks like this might need some of those darker blocks inside of it too. And I think this is probably not the right block to have there. Need to see this in the daylight. I think I might have made that too dark. We'll see. Maybe. There might just be too many soul sand in a row. The dark underneath the waterfall does give it a nice contrast, though. Are there any other plants I need to put in here? Yes. I'm not 100% sold on the fence gates, but I'll let them live for now. Nice to have this done. Keep those just in case. Guess I could maybe use those. Like, I really like the way that this looks at sunset, because sometimes shaders makes everything look orange at sunset, and this is actually not so bad. It's a nice light. It's not like super saturated. I sleep so often in Minecraft, I don't often get to see like the nighttime shaders, but the nighttime shaders for this are cool. Yeah, I think it looks okay. I think we just need to change up the textures a little bit. Just add more. Sure. I think that's pretty good. Maybe a few more cobble bits down the bottom. Kyle, hello, how's it going? Thanks very much for the follow. Are you a Spawns Chunks listener, Twitch surfer? How'd you find the stream? Cobble. Francis Farrell, thanks also for the follow. I think that looks pretty good. No complaints. Screenshot time. A little funny from over here, but not bad. Wonder what it looks like from over here. Oh yeah, okay. That's cool. Probably can't see it from over here. No. Nice. Well, I think I back up and go to a couple of other places. What I like to do when I finish stuff like this is that technically it's a background element, but you can see it as you approach from over here. You're looking right at it, right? With the shaders, it doesn't quite read as a waterfall right away. I don't know about that one piece of cobble. It doesn't really feel like it has context until you get closer. Let's try to get rid of it. Yeah, that looks better. And then from this side, actually, let's go all the way up here. Probably can't see it from the lookout. No. Coming this way doesn't really come into view until you're past the farm. So really, it's more of a background. Kyle, random find. Fantastic. Well, welcome in. If you're new in a random fashion, you probably don't know that I do the Spawn Chunks podcast with Pixel Riffs. We do that every Monday. It's all about Minecraft. Totally free. Check it out on YouTube or your favorite podcast app. Nice. I wonder if you can see it from over here. A little higher on this side. Barely. You have to know it's there. Yeah. More of a this side of the river feature. Nice. I like it. I imagine coming up the driveway for the potato farm looks good too. Very fun. I mean, obviously it's the wrong time of day. It's all in shadow right now. Considering what you just said about your shader preference, I may suggest rethinking voxels. An edit of the shader you are currently using keeps the vanilla feel while looking maybe better. You decide. Cool. Thanks, in theory. Rethinking voxels. I'll have to check that out. We get to clear up all of this nonsense. Oh, I don't have room for the bed. Probably because of the shears. Do I have room in my tools for shears, maybe? Oh, it's right here. Yes. Can't forget about my other bed. It would blend right in, being part of the green lawn, but not quite the look I'm going for. Random cot in the middle of the yard. Now, hopefully, we have enough room. No shulker left behind. Perfect. So that's it for the valley. Like, we're done. The valley. The only thing left now is just the basement of the keep. Very cool. I'm glad I pushed to get that finished. I definitely would not been in the mood to tackle it, because working with the water can be such a pain, as you saw. And this is going to be a completely change of pace and vibe to go and work on the inside this basement here. This is totally different than landscaping. But that'll be Saturday, because tomorrow is going to be working on Bumblebee, the Lego set. Bone meal. I feel like these are in the wrong spots. I've got to figure out where all this is going to go too. Oh, I didn't put any iron in it. Oh well. Couldn't have been that important in my brain. Nice. All right. So now we can take one final look. And that's it. That's the waterfall. I'm glad I decided to keep that. I was going to get rid of that big spike and keep the andesite down to like this level, but I think that looks pretty good. The bush, I think, on the right-hand side really works. Very cool. Quite happy with that. It's actually good lighting for a screenshot too. Nice. So, the last thing we're going to do is going to be the keep. So to kind of give you a preview of what's happening on Saturday. My streams on Saturday are still at 1 o'clock for people that are wondering. I have a bonus podcast with the Spawn Chunks that morning at 10. So what's going to happen is probably this wall is going to get thicker. We're going to create some sort of cool secret door. And then this whole room is going to change shape and purpose and become a distillery for honey mead. And this is what I think we're going to do for the big vats and big kettles. Something like that. It may or may not have that kind of stuff to it. Unfortunately, we don't have access to all the cool new copper stuff, but that's just kind of par for the course when you're aware of all the things coming for Minecraft. It's probably going to be a much thinner room. I don't think I'm going to make it this wide. I'm going to center it on this door, I think. So that'll give us some room to do some redstone for like a secret entrance over there. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to figure out what to do back here, but there is this empty space back here that's just not used for anything. So I feel like I need to put some barrels or something back here just to kind of keep it looking like it's got some actual use. But the weird thing, of course, is that this alleyway just kind of comes in here and stops. So I feel like this is going to be a cool opportunity to add in some sort of secret door here with some fun mechanism so that there is access, but it's much smaller. And I've been debating about whether or not I'm going to move all my shulkers and stuff over. I mean, all these are coming with me when I leave, but we've also got a bit of area down here that used to be the old collection system for this bulk storage. I might just put something down there. We'll probably use that as our staging area for building up here, because this whole thing is going to get textured and replaced and stuff. So it'll be a couple streams, I think, to get this going, but it'll be fun. Anyway, that's where I'm going to pass you on to somebody else playing Minecraft today. Let's see who's live. I haven't seen Megabyte live in like 2 weeks. I wonder if they're on vacation. Oh, speak of the devil. Speak of the devil. They are playing Minecraft right now. So we have not been able to raid Megabyte in a little while. So we're going to raid Megabyte. She's lovely. I think you will really enjoy your time there. Adult language warning if you've got a small human on your lap. Other than that, she's just a absolutely fantastic streamer. I think you'll enjoy your time. You can check more Minecraft out for me on Duggan VODs. Everything that you've seen in this valley and build has been documented on Duggan VODs on YouTube. You can also check out the stream tomorrow, which is going to be Lego. It's going to be Bumblebee, the Transformer Bumblebee Lego set. And then we're back in Minecraft again on Saturday. New Spawn Chunks episode is coming out on Monday. If you're a member of the Spawn Chunks, we're going to be doing a quarterly hangout this weekend where we talk about the facts and figures and the downloads, so how the show is doing. So that's happening on Saturday. And you can also check out patreon.com/JoelDuggan. That's how you can support me here on stream. It is a great way to join the Discord. It's only $2 at the base level to join the Discord. And then if you want to bump up to the patron server level, that's on special right now. It's 20% off until the 15th, so a week from tomorrow. And that gets you access to the brand new patron server that just launched on August 1st. So it's not even a week old. And you'll have a chance to be part of that community, be part of the server, be part of the, I guess, forming of that community. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, check it out, patreon.com/JoelDuggan. I'm Joel Duggan on social media. Easy to find, very easy. I feel like I've said my name too many times in the last 3 minutes, so I'm going to say goodbye. Enjoy your time with Megabyte. I'll see you back here tomorrow. Bye for now.